What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So we're here with the R1 for another build series video. If you missed the last episode, we installed the Rizoma front master cylinder reservoir. So it's definitely a great improvement over that ugly plastic reservoir that came stock with the bike. And we actually mounted it in the perfect position to where it's not covering any part of the dash and it's also not hitting any part of the windscreen when you're making a right turn. So if you missed that video, I'll leave a link in the top right so you guys can check it out. And today we actually got our rear sets in. So we chose to go with Vortex over some of the other brands that offer rear sets, basically because of the adjustability. They have the shifter lever adjustable, the brake lever adjustable, and also the height of the foot peg adjustable. So I did a lot of research on other brands and I didn't see the adjustability as much as the Vortex version that they have. So for me, basically the stock pegs are not high enough to where my inner leg in a turn is able to grip the side of the tank. So I'm hoping with these we can get the foot peg a little bit higher to where my knee can hug the outside of the tank when I'm going into a turn on my outer leg. And overall, just having the adjustability to, basically my liking. If I want the, shifter lever a little bit farther out, if I want it closer in, these guys are going to do it. So I'm stoked to throw them on. It's going to be a long video, so hope you guys hang in there and enjoy it, and let's get to it. Alright guys, so let's do a quick unboxing of the Vortex rear sets. The workbench is currently in use, so we're going to make do with what we have. So let's cut this guy open and let's check out what we have. Okay, so everything's shrink wrapped together. Let's see what else we have in the box. I'm assuming one is the left side, one is the right. Alright, so both sides are shrink wrapped. This is going to be your left side, so there's your brake lever, foot peg, the main piece, there's your heel guard. And then right here, it's going to be your right side, that's your exhaust bracket. Here is your shifter lever, the main rear set piece, and your foot guard and your foot pegs. So very nice packaging. They look very nice so far, even in the packaging. And there's also a screw in here in case you want to do GP shift. So this is able to be set up for GP shift, but I don't ride GP shift, and we're just going to set it up the normal way. So let's get to taking off the stock rear sets and dismantling the bike. Alright, so let's start removing the stock rear sets so we can get ready to put on the Vortex sets. So we're using a 6mm hex socket. Now to get this bolt exposed, we just pull off the little rubber boot which connects our shifter rod, so we're going to disconnect it right here. Now this bolt is loose. So now the shifter rod is disconnected from the stock shift lever. Now we're just going to go back in here with the 6mm Allen. Alright, now all the left side controls are disconnected. So let's open up that Vortex package and get started. Alright, so let's get started with the install of the rear end of the rear sets. So in this block, basically there's two sections of adjustability, and there is a circular piece that you can see numbering on. Please focus, come on. Focus, focus. See the numbering? Okay, there we go. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the back is just a square block. So basically with those numbers, you can line up, you know, your adjustments and also change them to your liking. So I'm gonna fit this in the far back hole. And then I'm gonna line the actual rod for the foot peg just right through the center there. And then they clip into place. And then if you want to adjust them down the road, you can literally adjust them per the different numbers. This goes around, or you could adjust a block forward, and then also around in the circle with the foot peg. So I'm gonna leave it pretty close to stock just so I can get a feel for the new position of everything. It won't line up directly with how it was to stock, but I'm gonna get it pretty close just so you know, I get used to them before I start making any adjustments. So on the back of here, there is a silver washer, and then there is a 13 millimeter nylon locking nut. So we're gonna get an Allen and a 13 millimeter and just lock that in place real quick before we mount it on the bike. Also said to use some thread locker on the back of the bolt, even though it has a nylon nut. So we're still just gonna put a little dab of thread locker, nylon nut, and then we're gonna tighten her up. So now that everything's tightened up, I don't know how close I can get you to see it, but there's the numbering. So we do have this little peg where it does show 1, and then 2's on the bottom, 3. So we lined up this little peg right here with 1, and so we're pretty much shooting straight out. We're not doing any lifting as of yet until I get comfortable with these. So let's throw them on the bike. Now for these two 6 millimeter bolts that are going into the frame, definitely want to put some Loctite on them. Too much on that one, as always. Now I'm going to slide them in by hand. Make sure that we have them seated. I'm going to do the bottom bolt right now. So they didn't actually give torque values, but I'm just going to tighten them up since we do have Loctite on there, so just pretty snug like I always do. Now for the heel guard bolts, these are very, very small, so definitely going to put Loctite on there as well. We're going to fit it on the socket, feed it through. Leave that one sort of loose because we need to fit the second one. Make sure it lines up. Now same thing with the heel guards. Not going to go crazy tight. These are 4 millimeter Allen screws. Alright, so we got the rear set, or the back of the rear set installed, the heel guards, and the foot peg mount. So we're going to wait on installing this until we get our shifter hooked up. So this bracket is actually for a kickstand delete. So if you are racing, this bracket basically deletes your kickstand. We are going to be keeping our kickstand, but they do include this just in case, which is nice. Also, on the stock shift lever, right here, it does come with, I'm not sure what this piece is called, but we're not going to be using it since we are going to be using our stock one. So we're just going to be unbolting it from the top and bottom, and then basically screwing these bolts into our stock connector down here since we already have it. So we took off the stock piece. I don't know what this is called, but so here's the lever. Now if you can see with where your foot actually touches the lever, you have full 360-degree motion. And what's so nice about this, you can actually push it to this forward hole as well and get another 360 degrees of motion out of it from this hole as well. So a lot of adjustability. So from here in this center section, which is going to be pivoting for our shifter lever, it is saying to use some all-purpose grease. So we have a little plastic applicator. Just going to take some grease, smear it around in the center of this, get it nice and greased up. Looks pretty good. So then we're going to be taking this hex bolt, this hex style bolt, putting it through here. Till it sits absolutely flush. And then there is a washer that it wants us to place on the back end of it before we screw it in to the mount. So I'm just going to tighten it by hand just to get it threaded in. So we can let it hang a little bit. Now it might be a little bit hard to get on camera, but basically we're going to push this forward, slide in the screw which we took off from the stock connector, and then it looks like it's a 10mm nut in the rear. So I'm going to try to get this nut on the back. Very tight space back here. Looks like we got it on. So just take a 4mm T-handle and a 10 and tighten this guy down. Now just cover the boot up, just how it was. Now this part of the rear set is all finished up. So make sure to put Loctite on the threads of this 14mm and use a 12-point socket for this. Then we're going to snug her down. So we have good movement from this joint right here. Nothing is rubbing. This seems to be lubricated enough to where nothing is grinding. I don't hear any odd noises. Now the last thing to do is to fix this shifter lever. So we need to unscrew this bolt right here, throw some Loctite on it, and then finalize the positioning. Just gonna put Loctite on there. I'm gonna stick this guy in the most forward position because that's what I did with the rear sets. We went with the forward position. That's good. So now there's no rotation out of this end piece, so we're ready to put the foot peg on. Alright, so the last piece for the foot peg, put a little Loctite on there just so it doesn't rattle loose. Don't need a lot since I hope we're going to adjust this at some point. We're just going to drop it in to the peg itself. So Now you can see it's coming out of the bottom. So now these pegs actually they line up with the holes right here. So there's two like grooves. So now you take your 6mm Allen, just screw that guy on there, get it snug. Then it has a little cap with a rubber washer. So now that that's in place, just put the cap on, and there you go. Left side is all finished up. Looks really good. There's our shift lever, rear set, foot peg, all blacked out. Now I'll move on to the right.